Wargamer 101 here, Bruce, and I will be your tour guide today. Episode 9 of my video after action reports for Gary Grigsby's War in the East. And as usual, we'll start at the top and we'll scroll down the entire front and you will get an idea of what's going on. Finland, nothing much. But look at this. Look at this. Pushing towards the ports with my panzers, well across the river, past Novgorod, pushing my way forward. I'm getting out of the Valdai Hills here. As you can see, I'm almost clear of them completely. How's that? Pretty good, huh? And this rail line is cut, but the north one isn't yet. So, there you go. We scroll down. Got a little bit of an incursion here from some heavier Russian units, but we'll take care of that. They've tried to push here, but I've got a pretty good containment there. And we've been fighting around Kalinin for several turns now. So we'll see what happens. Then we get to the big boy, Moscow. Now, in the last video AAR, I mentioned that I was 20 miles from Moscow. Well, guess what? 10 turns later, I'm 10 miles from Moscow. And it's been 3 months. Because it's March, January, February, March. It's March 11th. So it's been 3 months. Well, two and a quarter months for me to get that close. Been having to fend off a butt ton of Russian reinforcements. As you can see, lots of guards, armies, not armies, but corps and divisions in front of me. But I have been making headway, and he's got this big, huge incursion here at Kaluga. I'm going to have to do something about that. I'm working on it. Not a lot I can do about it, but just basically start to chew on it. I'm hoping that putting pressure on this north edge over here, north of Kaluga, will maybe make him pull some troops back. And if I can survive long enough in here, even if he's this far ahead, when mud hits, I think he'll retreat because he doesn't want to get caught in the mud. Nobody does. So we come down here. We're still 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. We've made about 10 or 12 miles to Tula. We still have Orel. We're pushed past Orel. We're doing a pretty good job. Now he retreated and he formed up this new line. And I basically had to move forward to meet him to try to keep chewing on him. So as you can see, we're 30 miles from Voronezh. Ooh, that one's hard to say. We come down further south, and you can see now, when did episode 8, I had not taken Kharkov yet, but now you can see I'm 10, 20, 30, I'm 40, 30 miles from Kharkov, beyond Kharkov. So that's good. The killing the small units has been working pretty good, but he sure does have a lot of guards now. And he does have some big stacks, like this guy here. Tank Corps, Rifle Division, Guards Rifle Corps. Really big. Okay, so we come down here. Been a little slow in this middle section here. But like I was telling you, here is 2nd SS Panzer Corps. And look at these bad boys. Totenkopf and Das Reich and Leibstandard Adolf Hitler. These boys are bad. ass, excuse my French, but they have a lot of hitting power. They are really good. Now I didn't protect this south thing, but I'm just gonna run these guys back and kill these guys. It's not a big deal. It's not. I think I'm not worried about it. My other armor from First Panzer Army is moving along. I've got the Romanians slowly coming up. So they're going to take their place on the line. And I've got the poor Italians trying, with the help of some infantry divisions from the on loan from the Germans, um, are going to try to help the Italians get onto the peninsula. Is it going to happen? Who knows? It just might be a holding action until I can get way over here to Rostov and maybe start to put a threat where they're going to have to retreat out of here. In other words, they're going to give up the Crimea because the Kerch Straits right here are much more defendable than, anything else. So we come back up. Let's see, what else do we need to show you? Still partisans hanging around. You got to kill them and when we can. Let's see. Back up to Moscow for a minute or two. All right. You can see I basically have pushed this northern flank with my armor, and my Ninth Army is basically holding the flank. So that's essentially what it's doing, is holding the flank and applying pressure and doing attrition and etc. So, like, sometimes you have to do what they call an all-out attack, which costs more action points, and then you really can't you especially during blizzard, because we're in a blizzard right now. Because if we go over here to info screens, you can see snow, ice, snow, ice, snow, ice, snow, ice. So everybody's having a few ices, with cherries and stuff. But and the slower infantry divisions can't always exploit the hole that they punch. So it really is a grind of attrition. It really is. But I'm happy that I'm getting closer to Kalinin. If we go over here to map and we turn off units and we turn on, this is territory owned. As you can see, I'm right on the edge of Toshok, right on the edge of Kalinin here. Pushing along, like I said, showing the different who owns what territory. So once I get these two cities, that means, well, this rail line's broken anyway. They can't come up this way. So, but this rail line here, going east-west, north of, what is this? Vyshny Volocek. Ooh, that one's a little bit easier to say. Vyshny Volocek. So once that line's cut, that's pretty good. It's cut here at Bologo, but it's not cut, like I said before, it's not cut everywhere else. But I think if I can get Leningrad to surrender, that opens up the Finns. They say, hey, yeah, we'll come with you. And the Finns can fight all the way to this line here. So essentially the Finns can come all the way over here to Sheripovets and and hold a, a flank basically, while the rest of the Army Group North would turn south and try to come down the rail lines to work whatever kind of fantasy scenario I have going in my head. So, of course, it's all a big if. You have to take Leningrad. So, now, down here, I am amazed that I've started to finally make progress in the south. Um, it's pretty good. Um, I'm getting closer to the Don River. This is the Don River right here that goes to, of course, between the Don and the Volga is where Stalingrad is over here, and that's the edge of the map. So it's been very interesting. Um, as soon as the blizzard started, I started to attack. As soon as the mud was done, I started to attack. I don't care that it's a blizzard. I don't. I'm telling my troops, you want your pay, got to fight in the blizzard. I think at first it might have taken the Russians a little bit by surprise because the AI was a little sluggish, it seemed. But it's come back, and it's definitely it's gotten a big uh, oomph of reinforcements because there weren't this many guards units in front of Moscow on turn 80 as there are now, and all up and down the line. It's amazing, just amazing. But the Russians have done what they did in real life. They gave up territory for time. And so if you think about it, this campaign started, of course, 90 turns ago, but that was June 22nd, 1941. So July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 6 months to 42, 12, 18 months, 19. It's been 21 months, roughly, for the campaign. From the start, way over here at the start line. So if you just kind of count, let's count from the furthest tip. So this swamp right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, to roughly Mogilev, it's 280 miles. Okay, so then from Mogilev, okay, we're going to go north here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 38. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's 480, 500, roughly 550 miles in 21 months. Wow. I can't even imagine what the wear and tear mentally on the soldiers on both sides was probably like. So let's go over here to losses real quick, just to give you an idea. Almost 4 million men killed for the Russians, and almost 1.5 million, almost 1.6. So a little over 2-to-1 ratio. But if you look at how many men were captured, over 2 million captured, but almost 4 million disabled. And total Soviet losses, 10 million plus. Whew. That staggers my mind still. Every time I look at it, it staggers my mind. So there's that. So, well, I think that's pretty much about it. All the rail line stuff is good. Um, it's basically keep grinding on and hopefully maybe take a hex of Moscow, maybe two. If I can take Moscow, I would call that a major achievement. A major achievement. Since the Germans didn't do it in the war. It also cuts a bunch of north-south rail lines, and that's very important because that means that they would have to go further out and around to get reinforcement in places, and trains only go so far when you put a unit on a train, and you only have so many embarkations with units per turn. So we'll see what happens on turn 100, episode 10 coming up, probably faster than we even imagined. And this has been Wargamer 101 and Bruce. If you like this video, press the like button. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate it. And without further gilding of the lily, I will see you on the flip side.